So when it comes to cleaning the UV system that came with your Halton hood, the first thing you want to do before you touch anything is make sure that power is cut to that specific hood that you're working on. There's a quick way to check as well. These lights should be off, 100%. If these are off, we know that all the bulbs in the UV cassette are off. So after power's off, at this point, we want to make sure the equipment is cooled down, or you can move the equipment if you so choose. Then you want to get underneath the hood like this. I'm going to use a ladder. And I've already taken the KSA filters out here. The instructions to do that are in a separate video. So once we remove the KSA filters and the GPS filters to access the UV cassette, what you're going to want to do is bring this little door here down by twisting both of these thumb screws to the left. Tilt the door down, and you'll notice on the left side here, there is a connector, a quick disconnect. And what you're going to want to do, and the way I prefer to do it is, take your left hand, reach up here, grab the disconnect, and twist counterclockwise. You'll feel it come out of place, and then you'll just pull that whole connector away from the cassette. And once you do that, the cassette should be free to grab by this front bar here and pull straight out. And be very careful when you're doing this. You want to make sure that we don't touch the glass. And if you have a second person to hand this off to at the bottom of the hood, that would be fantastic too. So grab it like this, bring it straight down. Now we can carry it over to a flat surface and get ready to clean it. So once we've cleaned the cassette and all the bulbs, we'll want to go back up our ladder here and be very careful on this part, just like when we took it out. And angle it in, just like before. We want to slide it all the way to the back here. And it's always good to just take a quick look at how it fit in. Yep, looks good. And make sure while you're doing this that you just keep your hands off the glass. That glass is quite fragile. So it looks good, and at this point, you can do the opposite of what you did earlier. Back in, at this point, the only thing left to do is to reattach that connector we took out when we removed the cassette. So the way I prefer to do it, it's easier for me to be able to see what I'm doing, is I'll take my left hand, reach up here to the connector, and keep it up top where I can see it, and I'll just put it back in and twist it clockwise, opposite of what I did before, to reattach it. Okay, so now that our cassette is in and reconnected, we're going to take this door we opened up earlier to access it, close it again. And first, as far as putting filters back in goes, we'll put our GPS back in. So we just do the opposite of what we did before. Lift it up inside the hood, like that. Push it back in. It should catch on that bottom rack and the top rack. And for our KSA, similar story here. We want to put it in, down like that, lift it up, and hook it over the top rack, and just slide it over.